Welcome back to another vid, man. Today's vid, we're gonna be reacting to Gen Z is aging like milk. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I don't know what's up with Gen Z, bro. We got a lot of shit going on, but let's get straight to this vid.
I am aging like milk, bro. This content creator, she's 25. Her entire comment section is just people saying that her skin looks horrible and she looks old. I'm scrolling through her page as I'm sitting down here, and then like my eyes shift focus to my reflection, which is actually what I'm looking at right now, my reflection in my phone case, and I see how I look right now, and like, she thinks she looks bad. Oh my gosh, I'm 23, and I look like I could be this.
Whoa. Damn. This nigga, I thought this nigga was 35. Yo, this nigga could pass for like, bro, to be honest, if he tells me, yo, I'm 40, I'd low-key believe him, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Lay's father.
Yikes. I'm not gonna lie, and I want to be as respectful as possible, but this guy right here definitely looks 10 to 15 years older than what he actually looks like. 23 is what he says he is. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on with his voice. I'm just gonna assume that's like a TikTok, Instagram voice filter or whatever, but Jesus, good God,
Damn.
what is going on? This man looks like he could definitely be 35, pushing 40 maybe. And I can honestly say, when I was 23, I looked nowhere near like this. And considering the
I'm
fact
21,
the image that
chat.
we see right here on the screen, that all these people are literally Gen Zers. They're all in their early to mid 20s.
Ain't no way this is Gen Z. Ain't no way, bro. It's probably the procedures that got done and shit. Ain't no way.
Scary, actually. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, if there's something in the air, in the water, in the food, or all three of the above, but this is getting bad.
You want to know their ages just for fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so Samantha is 26.
Oh,
Nicole is 24.
oh my god.
Harriet is 24.
Oh my god.
And then Jess is 25.
Wow.
Honestly, the fact that a professional surgeon is
Oh
that in
my
shock
God.
at what he just saw speaks volumes.
What's going on? Also, new addition. What's up with these guys? These little hooks on the end of my ears, these little elf ears. People always used to say that I had elf ears in elementary school. Not because of these. These are new. It's like they're coming to fruition because of things spoken about me in past times. What's going on here? Anyway, wow, I'm 23 and I look like I have gray hair, just in this light. But
Yeah, it's the lighting.
Yeah, so some advice for this guy, definitely grow out your hair. The short hair is definitely contributing to the fact that you're already blind and the sun is piercing your scalp, which is making it look so transparent and making you look like
he look
you're
like he got
balder
a
than you
bald top.
actually are. Also, possibly maybe gain some weight, get a nice skincare routine to, help with the fine lines and wrinkles. Guys, also wear sunscreen. I know there's this new trend, this new fad where people want to sun gaze and they want to be in the sun for hours a day with a UV index of 9+, but just realize that is aging you rapidly. That is destroying your skin cells. That is potentially contributing to potential skin cancer. Like, yeah, sure, cool. The sun is good for you, depending on the pigmentation of your skin, an hour or two per day over the course of the day of sunlight is perfectly fine, but just staying for hours on end in the sun will definitely do more harm than good. Somebody in the comment section, though, said, I feel so bad. I first thought, and I quote, no, you look great, not old at all, until you said you were 23. I don't even want to say what I thought. Yikes.
Well, do you not realize how old y'all motherfuckers over like 30 look?
So I'm almost 40. I'm almost 40 years
This
old.
nigga look 25 now.
But who cares how old we look? Like, why are we arguing about this? Like, why can't we all just get along, have a good time? Because there are way worse things that we could all be pissed off about.
Agreed, but blame it on Gen Zers or the younger part of Gen Z, because they will literally, as soon as you turn 21, 22, 23, call you unk. Literally, there's this new trend with the younger part of Gen Z calling people in their 20s unk. And not because, they may have a sibling or a sister or a brother who had a child, right? That type of uncle, right? Technically speaking, you're an uncle if one of your siblings have a baby. You could be an uncle at 12 or 13 years old.
I'm 21 and niggas call me unk, bro. I don't even know.
An uncle at 10. But no, they're
And I don't
actually
care.
using this term unk, which is shortened for uncle, as a slur to basically call you old. And honestly, this already tells me that when Gen Z all reach their 30s and 40s, there's going to be a hell of a lot of midlife crises out here, because apparently these people are afraid of aging.
I feel like I'm the only Gen Z who knows like how bizarre y'all are when it comes to age. Like, y'all are really weird about it. Like you really got 23-year-olds acting like a 28-year-old is old, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you look so young." They're 28. Am I missing something?
And the thing with that too is, bro, most of your favorite rappers are like 29, 30s. Like, bro, like Future is like 38. Drake is about to hit his 40s. Like, bro, this age shit is funny. Like, you just gotta stay fit. Look, let me see Future's age. He's 40, my nigga. And I don't even see niggas calling Future Unk. Maybe sometimes, but like, I'm telling you, niggas call me Unk. I'm like, how? I'm 21. Like if you stay fit, bro, you gonna be active in your 30s. You're 30, you could be 35 and you look like you're 28, 29 if you stay fit and active.
Thinking like, what's wrong with my generation? Like, it's genuinely scaring me.
Niggas scared to grow old. I don't care. I'm on.
18-year-olds to 20-year-olds.
Little niggas better
Like
listen.
they're fucking old. What is going on?
I think there's a lot of immaturity and arrested development going on for Gen Z because like we're the generation where, especially if you were born after 2005, where you literally grew up with technology. You're iPad kids, right? You grew up with a fucking social media device at the tip of your fingers, and you grew up in a very superficial, shallow world where everything's like fast fashion, materialistic, focused on your looks. And you grew up in a society where nobody prepared you to grow up or become an adult. In fact, we live in a society where people want to infantilize grown adults, 18, 19, 20, 21, calling them kids and children. Like, excuse me, by the time you're 16, you should be well on your way to be preparing for college or getting your first job, being on the road, driving, preparing yourself as a young man or young lady for adulthood. That is the age when I mean, let's be honest here. If you murder someone, you're going to jail, adult jail, prison. You're cooked. Also, believe it or not, whether you think it's good or bad, that would typically be the age range for a lot of World War II vets who were sent off to fight for this country. The founding fathers were like in their early 20s, 20, 21, 22, 23. The people who founded this country. But the fact that now we live in a day and age where everybody's being infantilized and treated like,
Way more
like
older than
genuine kids is probably contributing to the reason for why Gen Z is so weird about age and don't want to grow up and are afraid of getting older.
What is going on? Like, why are you calling people in their 20s unks? Am I going crazy?
All right, they just trolling at that
Y'all are
point.
weird. Y'all are very, very weird when it comes to age. Like, honestly, like, do you, like, is it like the mid-ages? Like, is it medieval times? Are you guys really gonna die in your 30s? Y'all realize we live up to 100, right?
I'll say this. People think everything is old until they actually get to that age and realize, holy shit, I'm actually still trying to figure my life out. You know, a lot of people are in their mid
Shit, when I was 14, 15, I thought 20 was old. I'm 21 now. It's like, damn.
30s and
son.
still don't know what the hell they're doing with their own lives. I will say though, although this may not technically be a word, this type of cringe ass ageism needs to stop. Let's be honest. All right. Calling somebody in their mid 20s, especially in Gen Z, somebody in their 20s unk because you think they're old. It's just like actually retarded. Back in the day, unk was reserved for people who were 40 years old and above. Let's be honest here. People 40s, 50s, that's who we called unk, OG. So if you're out here unironically, aside from the memes, calling someone unk or OG and that person is in their 20s, then you need to seek help. And honestly, again, maybe part of the reason for why Gen Z is calling other Gen Zers unk is because a lot of Gen Zers are just aging horribly.
Can you explain to me why this generation of 30 to 40-year-olds look like they're in their 20s, but the 20-year-olds look like they're in their 40s? Is everyone going to be okay?
If you are of a generation that is watching the UV index like it's the stock market, y'all are going to get burned. When you pair that with the misinformation that sunscreen causes cancer, it can take a genius to figure out that you're going to age faster. UV exposure is undeniably one of the highest risks for premature aging. If you need further proof, look, it's undeniably
Hey, is that the same person? What the fuck?
one of the
Ain't no way.
highest risks for premature aging. If you need further proof, look at this twin study. This twin, tanning. This twin, sun protection. Next theory is the vaping epidemic. Millennials are the generation between cigarettes and vaping. We didn't put any of that into our body because smoking is absolutely going to age you like milk. It breaks down collagen, it breaks down elastin, gives you smoker's lines, makes you look 10 times older. And would you
Yeah, that smoking shit, bro. That vaping shit. Try to stop it, bro. That shit's so lame, bro. Like when my partners getting around, bro, and they start smoking that shit, I'm like, bro, that shit lame, bro. I'm keeping a buck, bro. Like you addicted to some flavored air, like lock in, bro. I'd rather you go smoke an actual cig than that flavored shit. Cause I feel like you could easily abuse it too, cause it's always on your side. It don't smell. You could hit it low key anywhere. And it's so easy to get. So it's like it's more addictive and it's worse than actual cigarettes at this point. Actual cigarettes just nasty and smells bad. But if you think about it, like that's just way more
believe me if I told you
way
these
more
people
healthy, bro.
were in their 20s? More and more people are starting to get Botox and filler at a younger age. And not only can that make us look weird, but it can also
Why is she talking? She look like she got bored up. Am I
age us significantly. Whether or not millennials look younger and Gen Z
Oh,
looks older,
oh.
I don't really know. The
It was a
key
filter
message
chat.
here is wear your freaking SPF. Don't touch vaping or smoking with a 10-foot pole. Go easy on the Botox and filler.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the dermatologist herself, or I think she's a cosmetic, whatever, someone who does like chemical peels and whatnot. You heard it from her, all right? Not wearing your SPF, vaping, which I heard recently that vaping can be more dangerous than smoking,
Yes,
not because of
yes.
the particular ingredients, but because it's more easily accessible and you do it more because, you know, the smell, it vaporizes.
And you don't know what
it-
type of chemicals going in that bitch. Like you don't know nothing. You just buying some shit at the shop and hand it. I'm telling you, bro. You just gotta stay healthy, eat good, hit the gym.
it quickly
don't stress,
dissipates,
and
and
you're gonna look
apparently the usage is
young and beautiful.
so intense within younger populations with the amount of vape that people vape that it's becoming as worse, or if not more worse, than actual cigarettes, which is kind of crazy to think about. But ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a strange psychological phenomena. I think it's multifaceted. I think with the rapid infantilization that Gen Z had to go through, the arrested development, the shitty diets, the shitty foods, the shitty water supply, all the toxins and chemicals we put in our bodies, the lack of movement, the social media addiction, the sleep deprivation, again, the food supply being tainted with apparently over 8 to 10,000 chemicals in our food supply, whereas Europe has like less than 2,000. Yeah. And then on top of that, certain health gurus on YouTube telling people like to go outside without any sun protection because that's the masculine and manly thing to do. Listen, I fell for that trap a couple years ago. And
Hey,
boy,
man,
I
I'm
tell
black.
you,
I don't
by
need
the
no
end of the
sunscreen.
summer, the back of my neck was literally like peeling, like from sun damage. It was actually cracked. Legitimately, the skin on the back of my neck was cracked and peeling from the amount of sun damage it had. It was terrible. I never experienced anything like that a day in my life. And also, I'm not sure about the exercise levels of Gen Z. I think Gen Z overall, in comparison to previous generations, are definitely less physically fit and less physically active and less
With gym bro and gym culture going up, I don't know. We low-key be in the gym a lot. I ain't gonna hold you. Everyone trying to get fit, look good. I don't know.
exercise contributes largely to the overall aging of your body. That in combination with a whole bunch of, cosmetic surgeries that some people in Gen Z get that do more harm than good. I mean, it's like a death by 1,000 cuts. So genuinely speaking, as a Gen Zer who grew up with inadequacies in my diet, social media addiction for a while, lack of physical movement, of which I've definitely completely turned around, as you can see here on my Instagram stories. Follow me on IG, by the way. I can tell you as a person who's been on both sides of these lifestyle changes, I'm
Yeah,
like
bro.
1,000% more happy where I am right now than where I was a couple years ago. So honestly, if you're Gen Z or Gen Alpha, Millennial, Boomer, Gen X, or whatever the hell, like just get out there, exercise, eat healthy, get vitamin D. The sun is cool, but don't do too much, Get your omega-3 fatty acids, your vitamin D capsules. Eat protein. Meat is actually good for you. Liver, pretty good for you. If you can, try to get between 5 and 10,000 steps per day. Try to, get as much sleep as possible, between 7 and 8 hours.
Get your
Drink
vitamins.
water. I know a lot of people do not like water, but it's
I
good for
only
you.
drink
If
water.
you can, try to limit your amount of microplastics.
that
Microplastics
too.
are horrible for the human body, obviously, and we've done a lot of plastic pollution, which is like now catching up to us. Literally has decreased fertility in both men and women, and I believe has contributed to cancer. But yeah, overall, eat clean food, drink water, breathe air, sleep properly, lift weights, and you won't have to look like you're pushing 40 years old while you're
Why you had
literally
to
still
put
in your 20s. Anyway, though,
Yeah, man. Stay healthy. Yo, y'all can hear me? I'm back. My fault, chat. Yeah, man. Stay healthy, man. Hit the gym. When I started hitting it, I was very skinny. When I started hitting the gym, I was recently too. I started hitting the gym recently. I felt way better. Started eating better and shit. Taking care of my health, taking care of my mental, bro. I promise you, it goes a long way, man. You don't want to look like this nigga when you hit 23. Looking like you 43. You feel me? Lock in, chat. I love y'all, man. Comment, like, subscribe, and catch you on the next vid, man. Stay safe out there.